Welcome back to the channel, folks. It is cold, windy, and we're expecting another snowstorm, but guess what? I'm not going to let that stop us. Today, we're taking a look at the upgraded Velotric Nomad. This is the Nomad 2, and let me tell you, this bike is packed with a bunch of technology and features. I can't wait to share it with you. Let's get into it. The Nomad 2 is currently $1,999 on the Velotric website and has a bunch of ordering options. For the step-through version, you'll have two sizes, a regular frame for riders 4'11 to 5'10 and a large frame for riders 5'7 to 6'5. You'll also have four color options, olive, cranberry, slate, and midnight blue. For the high step version, you have two sizes as well. The regular frame is for riders 5'2 to 5'11 and the large frame is for riders 5'10 to 6'5. And you'll have two color options for the high step, sage and midnight blue. What we have here is the step-through version in olive, and it's the large frame, so it's for riders 5'7 to 6'5. Let's take a look at the seat position for a rider that's 5'7. And that's going to be right down here. That's what it's going to look like for a 5'7 rider. Let's take a look at it for a 6'5 rider. For a 6'5 rider, we can come way up here, and that's what it's going to look like for a 6'5 rider. So that's pretty high. Let's go ahead and bring it back down to our normal height. And the seat post is going to be 30.9 millimeters. So we'll go ahead and drop this right down to about where I keep it. And that's about my position. You're going to have a triple butted aluminum alloy frame. You're going to have adjustable RST suspension with 100 millimeters of travel and lockout. Even though this is a hardtail, you get this heavy duty rear adjustable suspension seat post. A 48 volt 750 watt hub motor with 90 newton meters of torque. The battery is going to be a 2271 UL certified battery with an IPX rating of 7. It's 48 volts, 14.7 amp hours, and you can charge it on or off the bike. To charge it on the bike, you're just going to flip this latch up and charge it right here. To charge it off the bike, you're just going to insert your key, turn it, flip the safety latch, and the battery drops right out. Down at the bottom, you're going to have a battery strength indicator right here. Before you can power the bike up for the first time, you'll need to wake up the battery first by pressing this button for 5 seconds. To reinsert the battery, you're just going to tuck it right back up underneath, push it in place, and remove your key. Simple as that. And you're going to charge the battery with the 48 volt 3 amp hour fast charger. So not only do you get a torque sensor, but with Velotric's patented sensor swap technology, you also have the ability to change it to a cadence sensor, and we'll demonstrate this a little bit later. The hand grips on the bike are a real hard rubber. They're slip resistant and they have a flat spot to rest your palm, and they do lock to the inside so they won't move when you're riding. On the left side of the handlebars, you're going to have your control pad and your thumb throttle. On the right side of the handlebars, we have our 8-speed Shimano trigger shifter and a bell. On the back of the bike, you're going to have a tail light, a brake light, and turn signals left and right. It's not flashing, that's just the camera giving you that effect. You'll also be able to change some of the settings to have the rear tail light do different things. The back rack's included, and it has the MIC technology, so you can go ahead and use that system for some of your different accessories. Puncture-resistant Kenda 26 by 4 inch tires with a nice aggressive off-road thread. The handlebars are swept back and they're in a really comfortable position when you're riding. You have an adjustable stem and you can change the pitch of them, so you're going to find your comfort level no matter what on this bike. I don't see a derailleur guard, but you do have a nice Shimano Acera derailleur. You're going to have Tektro hydraulic disc brakes with 203 millimeter rotors to the front and 180 millimeter rotors to the rear, which means you're going to have some great stopping power with this bike, no doubt about it. You'll be able to set this up as a class 1, 2, or 3 e-bike. Out of the box, it's going to be able to go 20 miles per hour. The pedal assist range is up to 65 miles, and the throttle only range is up to 45 miles. I'm sure that's going to be on pedal assist level 1 on flat ground with a light rider. The bike's going to weigh 75 pounds and it has a huge max capacity of 505 pounds. You're gonna have a really nice looking control display, and I'll tell you what, there's just so many features on here. This could be a video in itself. You'll have things like your battery strength, what mode you're in, and you can change that by hitting the C button. So you can go from boost to eco to trail, and then there's a different pedal assist level within each. So that gives you 15 different pedal assist levels. If you hold the up button, you'll turn your headlight on. If you hold the down button, you'll put the bike into a walking mode. And down here at the bottom, if you quickly hit the M button, you'll see things like your odometer, your total time of ride, your motor temperature, controller temperature, trip distance, trip time, average speed, max speed, calories burned, CO saved, back to your odometer, and total time of ride. So to quickly change between the cadence and torque sensor on this bike, simply hold down the M button while riding. It's that simple. At the bottom of the control pad, you'll have a micro USB-C charger, so you can use that when you're on rides as well, and that's the newer technology. So there's a lot going on there. If you hold the M button down, you'll go into the settings, and the nice thing about the settings, they're very clear and easy to read. You'll know exactly what they are when you get in there, but you're gonna wanna make sure you take your time and know what you're doing before you go in there and change anything. We're gonna start off with the ride right out of the box, all the settings the way that they are, and we'll change them during our ride so you can see some of the ones that you may wanna change as well, like your speed and how the tail light functions, different things like that during the ride. To exit out, you just hit the C button at the bottom of the control pad and it brings you right back out to the main settings. The bike is UL 2849 and ISO 4210 certified. You're gonna have a bright headlight to the front. I really like the fact that it's up here on the handlebars because it's super simple to adjust when you're riding, so it's much safer. You're not reaching down at the bottom here trying to adjust your headlight while riding. Included are gonna be front and rear metal fenders. I like the fact that the kickstand's to the rear of the bike because it doesn't interfere with the pedals when you're backing the bike up. You have plastic pedals with reflectors, a double-sided chain guard. I really like that they put this rubber coating here so it protects the frame so the chain slapping around doesn't chip the paint. So the seat looks pretty wide and firm, but it feels like it's gonna be pretty comfortable. There's like a memory foam in it, and you also have that suspension seat post as well. So if there are specs or features that I didn't mention here today that are important to you, check out the Velotric website for more detailed information. Now, let's get on that test ride. The first ride on the Velotric Nomad 2. That's right, it's cold, it's slippery, but it's here. The Velotric Nomad 2. Check it out. We're gonna take this thing on its first ride and get a feel for it and see how this bike rides. Let's do it. And it is icy and cold. We're gonna be on some serious slush and ice today, so we'll just take it easy and pay attention to what we're doing out here. So here we go. This is one sharp looking bike. It's heavy duty. You could feel the quality. And we're gonna take it out and get a feel for it. So this side mirror I put on just so we're riding safe. On the left side of the handlebars, you have your control pad, your thumb throttle. And on the right side of the handlebars, you'll have your 8-speed Shimano trigger shifter and a bell. So let's get a feel for it like we do with all our bikes, just riding it like a regular pedal bike. So we're gonna go right down to pedal assist level 0 and gear 3 and just pedal this thing just like a regular pedal bike. We're riding it in pedal assist level 0 and gear 1 and going up a slight incline. You see my legs moving. Display is easy to see and easy to read with or without sunglasses on, so that's good. And we're just pedaling this bike like a traditional bike, doing just fine. We're going up a slight incline and this bike is moving along, no problem. Okay, now we're just on wet ground. Let's get a feel for those handlebars. Show you what those handlebars look like. Pedaling this bike with no hands, just to show you how balanced those handlebars are. I don't recommend you ride with no hands, just wanted to show you what that looks like. You should always keep your hands on the handlebars. we're gonna come out here to the main road, put this bike in gear 8, pedal assist level 5, and see how quick it goes out of the box. So let's shift up to gear 8. We're gonna go into boost, pedal assist level 5, just to show you what this bike has with its torque sensor right out of the box. Tighten up our seat a bit here. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go to pedal assist level 5, boost mode, gear 8, and just see how quick this bike goes. And it brought us right up to 20 and backed off. So out of the box, this bike is set to 20 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and check and see what the throttle speed is out of the box. Here we go. 10, 11, 14, 16, 19, and there's 20, 20.8, 20.3. Okay, and the bike just backed off. So out of the box, we're gonna get 20 miles per hour with pedal assist or throttle only. We're gonna show you how to change those settings, unlock the bike, and make it go faster. I wanted to pull over and show you how to change the speed for the pedal assist and throttle only to go 28 miles per hour. So we're basically unlocking this bike. But keep in mind, once you do that, the bike is no longer a Class 2 e-bike. It may not be legal to ride on your local bike paths. So we're gonna go right into our control pad first and hold the M button down. That brings us into our settings, and the first one we see here is the speed, and we're gonna go ahead and click that M button again. And we can adjust the pedal assist level, speed, and the throttle speed. That's really nice because with most bikes, you can't do that. You can only usually change the pedal assist speed. So let's go ahead and up the speed. So you're just gonna use your directional buttons there. So let's go ahead and do that. Bring it up as high as it goes, and that's 28. And we'll go down to the throttle speed, do the same thing, and we're upping that as well. To save our settings, you're just going to hold down the M button again. Okay, our settings are now saved. Let's hit the back button down here at the bottom to exit out. There you have it. So the bike is unlocked. Let's get out there. We now can go 28 miles per hour, and let's test that out. So now that we unlocked the bike, this bike's going to go 28 miles per hour, throttle only, or with pedal assist. Let's check that out right here, and here we go. 0 to 20 and 0 to top speed, we're at 10, 15, 19, there is 20. And let's get it up to top speed now at 28. We're at 23, 24, there's 25, 26, and there's 28. So there it is. Unlocked, this bike goes 28 miles per hour, throttle only, or with pedal assist. Let's check out our GPS speed and see how fast this bike is going. Right now we're doing 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17. Yeah, so this bike and GPS are going the exact same speed. So when we hit 28 miles per hour, we were really going 28 miles per hour. So what I want to demonstrate is how quick you can get up to 20 miles per hour in Eco, and how much quicker you can get there in Boost with the torque sensor. So from a torque sensor in Eco, let's see how quick we get up to 20 miles per hour. I'm standing right up on them pedals, and we're at 8, 15, 18, there's 20. So I think it was like, it's hard to say. We'll have to take a look back at the camera and see. It's hard to watch everything. But that's how quick we got there in Eco. Now we'll switch it to Boost and show you how quick you get to 20 miles per hour in Boost. So from Boost mode, 0 to 20, we'll stand up on them pedals as well. Here we go. 7, 10, 15, 19, there's 20. That was pretty quick. So there you can see the difference. Eco versus Boost, 0 to 20. You'll get to 20 miles per hour in both. You're just going to get there a little bit quicker and with less effort in Boost. We were able to find a small patch of ground that's a little bit dry to do this brake test. Everywhere else is very slippery, so we're going to be careful. We're going to do a brake test at 20 miles an hour and then one at top speed of 28. See how good this bike stops. We're going to hit this narrow patch here. So as soon as we hit this spot where I have my controller, we're going to hit the brake and see how far we go. Each parking space is about 9 feet. Let's do it. I mean, this is all ice here, so we just have to be really careful and stay within this narrow strip. Let's do it. Let's start at 20 miles per hour and see how the bike brakes, and then we'll do one at 28 as well. 20 mile per hour brake test. As soon as we hit that spot, we're going to hit them brakes. Here we go. 18. There's 20. 20 miles per hour right here. Okay. That's 2.5 spots. Not too shabby. That's not bad at all. That's going to be 2.5 spots. Let's go again. See if we can get it up to 28. We're going to come all the way out to the end of the parking lot here and get this bike as quick as we can. 28 miles per hour. And see how we stop. Here we go. 17, 20, 24, 25, 27, there's 28. Okay. 4.5 spots. That's not bad. Not bad at all. 2.5 spots at 20 miles per hour. 4.5 at 28. Keep in mind the ground is really frozen and it's very damp, wet, and slick in most all these spots. You have a lot of suspension on this bike. You can see there's 100 millimeters of travel on the front. I can't bottom that out. So that's really good. And then you have suspension toward the back. And that's nice and firm as well. But here's my posture while I'm pedaling, riding this bike in an upright position. You could bring the handlebars way up or higher or back toward you and adjust them up and down with just loosening a couple of screws. The adjustability is great on these handlebars. You're going to find your comfort level on this bike no matter what. And it's a super comfortable bike to ride. And you can see there's some balance to the front handlebars. When I take my hands off them, I'm kind of balancing and steering on the back. Slick, very slick ice here. When you hit ice patches like this, you want to go really slow and make slow, even turns. Because if you don't, the bike is just going to slide. It's going to slide on this ice no matter what. Let's show you the turn radius. This bike turns on a dime. And no problem turning this bike like that. If you're trying to decide what size bike is good for you, let me show you what I look like on here. I'm 5'11", and I have the seat down as low as it goes. And my tippy toes are touching the ground. So I'm 5'11", and that's what it's going to look like. This is the large frame, and the seat's down as low as it goes. This bike just gives you a ton of options. You have 3 different modes: Eco, Trail, and Boost, and 5 different pedal assist levels within each one. So that gives you 15 different pedal assist levels. I mean, this bike is stacked with options. Okay, now in our torque sensor setting, let's check out the 5 different pedal assist levels. Here we go. Okay, so from Eco pedal assist level 1, you can feel it assisting us slightly, getting us up to 8, 9. There's 10. Pedal assist level 2 takes us to 11, 12, 13. 3 takes us up to 14, 15, 16. 4 takes us to 17, 20, 21, 22, and then 5. 5 just gives it all to us, and we're doing 25, 26, 27, and there's 28. So there's the 5 different pedal assist levels from Eco 1 through 5. Let's try it out in boost and see if there's much of a difference there. Pedal assist level 1 from boost mode, here we go. You feel it just kick right in and help you as soon as you start moving that pedal. We're doing 11, 12. Pedal assist level 2, we're doing 14, 15, 17. In 3, we're doing 18, 19, 20, 21. In 4, we're doing 22, 23, 24. And then 5, we're doing 26, 27, and that's 28. So there you have it, the 5 different pedal assist levels in boost. You'll get to that top speed in Eco or boost. You'll just get there a little bit quicker in boost. Let's check one more thing out. Let's switch it to a cadence sensor. And now we'll go to Eco and just see how we switch into those different gears when it's on a cadence sensor. Okay, so let's go into our settings here. And let's change this to a cadence sensor. There's our sensor swap setting. We're going to go into that and we're going to switch it over to a cadence sensor. And it's just letting us know we're going to use more battery consumption. We're okay with that. And let's go back out. Here we go. From boost mode, pedal assist level 1 through 5 with the cadence sensor. Let's see how this bike does, which means we don't have to exert much effort, just gonna go. So pedal assist level 1, I can feel it drag me right up to 12. Pedal assist level 2 drags me right up to that 16. 3 brings us to 20. 4 takes us to 23. 5 just takes us right up to that top speed. Look, I'm not moving my legs very hard at all, and this bike is just taking us there. We're at 28, and we're doing it with just about 0 effort. I mean, I'm just moving my legs, just moving them. And that's what a cadence sensor does. A cadence sensor is going to just shoot you right up to the different pedal assist level speeds without any effort at all. And that's why you get that jerky feeling. When you're riding a bike in cadence sensor mode, definitely keep both hands on the wheel because the bike just has a lot of residual kickback. You got to be careful when you're riding with the cadence sensor because it does jerk around a little bit more than a torque sensor, because the torque sensor just has a much more smooth takeoff. Let's switch it back to our torque sensor. Even though I used to love the cadence sensor, I've found that the torque sensor just feels much better when riding a bike. Let's go off-road and get a feel for this bike. These fat tires, that suspension, and this powerful motor is pulling us through a lot of this thick snow. Let's go throttle only. Nothing like killing the battery a little quicker. Whoa, yeah. So it's cold, slippery, and these conditions are not ideal for riding a bike down a trail. But just wanted to show you that it can. Here comes a rough spot. There's a lot of roots underneath the snow here. You just can't see them right now. But yeah, right through it. The Nomad 2 will be able to go off-road in slick conditions. You just got to be careful when you're doing it. And we're showing you that right here. Now we're going uphill. Let's put it in boost in 5, and here we go uphill. This 90 newton meters of torque is just helping to drag us right up it. It got us up here without a problem. Let's head down the trail here. This is where it gets sketchy. Some of these turns, cruising around 12 miles an hour. You know, when you have an e-bike like this, and you can come out here into wooded areas, bike trails, even if it's wintertime, it's really nice because it gets you out, it gets you doing something, And there's just something about riding a bike that makes you feel good. Show you what these tires look like. So these are Kenda 26 by 4-inch tires, and you can see this thread on them. It makes it really nice when you're in some of the snow because it's going to grip in. It's going to grip into the ground and help you gain some traction when you're riding. So without those, we wouldn't be out here. You can see we're making it through this trail. You just want to ride with caution because you don't want to go over an edge in the wintertime. I wonder if we can make it through the snow here. Let's drop it into gear 1 and let's pedal it in boost mode. This is some deep snow we're going through, so we're gonna make it through it. Yeah. We're spinning them back tires. We're digging through snow. We're charting our own course. And look how deep we're going in. Not bad. If this doesn't show you we can ride through the snow, I don't know what will. Let's turn around here. It's really going to eat up this battery, there's no doubt about that. You'll get a little workout when you get into the real deep snow, and then when you're on the more packed down stuff, you'll be able to just use your throttle. This snow is no joke though. So if you hold down the minus button, you'll put the bike into a walking mode and it assists you. So as you can see, I'm not having to pull this bike through this snow. The motor's helping me. So with the motor assist, I'm just walking normal and the bike is basically pulling its own weight. And we're going through some pretty deep snow. I'm gonna be honest with you, this has been some crazy weather we're having here. If you can't tell by the scenery here, there is snowbanks and snow all over the place. This one's taller than me, so the GoPro doesn't do it any justice, trust me. What a difference a day makes, and it is cold out here. We just had another storm, and they keep coming. So we have a small weather window, so we're gonna come out here and show you a little bit more about this bike. One of the things that I wanted to show you is how the cruise control works on it. Keep in mind I had to go into the settings and turn it on because it wasn't on out of the box. You're gonna want to maintain a certain speed, and then what you'll do is you'll hold down this bottom button for 3 seconds. You'll see the cruise control light up on the screen there, and yeah, we're in cruise control at 8 miles an hour right now. It's slippery and icy, so we don't want to go much quicker than that. And to disengage the cruise control, just simply hit one of your brakes and it'll turn it right off. Cruise control is a nice feature you have, and the thing that I like about the cruise control with this bike is you have to engage it yourself. Some bikes, it just automatically goes into cruise control when you're maintaining a certain speed, and if you ask me, I feel that's dangerous. I like the way this one works. You have to hold down that bottom button for 3 seconds to engage that cruise control. You don't want it just popping on when you're riding and you don't expect it. So one of the things you want to do after riding the bike in these kinds of conditions is go ahead and knock some of that snow and salt off the bike. You really want to clean it up. The beautiful thing about this bike is it's IPX6 rated and the battery's IPX7 rated, so you can go ahead and power wash this bike no problem. One thing you want to make sure you don't forget to do is download the Velotric app. It is a great tool to use and it has a lot of great features. You can go into the settings and use the app to change your eco, trail, or boost mode. You can change your screen brightness or keep it on auto. There's a lot of customization. You can change the speed limit of the throttle, the speed limit of the pedal assist, how many minutes before the bike powers off, your auto lights, your cruise control, your throttle. You can switch from torque to cadence sensor. There is just so much you can do in the settings here, including going from miles to kilometers. It's all available here at your fingertips, and you can also see if there's any firmware updates for the bike, and it looks like we are all up to date. You could even start a ride, record it, and keep track of that as well. There is just so much to do with the app, so don't be afraid to check it out and have a little fun with it. So what are some of my final thoughts? This bike has a lot going for it. There's a ton of technology and options on this bike. You can switch between a torque sensor and a cadence sensor. You have 15 different pedal assist levels with the torque sensor, between Eco, Tour, and Boost, and then 5 levels of pedal assist in each. And then on top of that, you have a cadence sensor. So basically, I guess you have 30 levels of pedal assist if you counted those as well. But the bike has fenders front and rear. It has Apple Find My, so if your bike got stolen and you have an Apple phone, you'll be able to find it. It has an integrated headlight and tail light, and I really like the fact that the tail light is customizable. You can make it flash. You can make it flash when you hit the brakes, or you can have it stay solid. You have options with this bike, and you can make changes right in the settings that are super easy to make. I like the fact that they used Kenda tires. These have a nice aggressive pattern on them, and they're 26 by 4 inches. I like a fat tire bike, and it suits this one really well because the bike is solid and it's a heavy duty bike. You can feel the quality when you're riding this bike. The handles are swept back. You can adjust them however you want them because you have an adjustable stem as well. They thought a lot about this bike, and it's not the first Nomad, so that's what makes the difference. I like the fact that they used a name brand like Tektro for the brakes, and you have suspension to the front of the bike, and I really like the fact that they used RST shocks. You have 100 millimeters of travel on them. I didn't feel them bottom out at all, and I've been riding through snow, hitting bumps and curbs and all kinds of stuff, and the front suspension is held up perfect. It's a comfortable bike. I like the posture of it, the way you feel when you're riding it. I like the fact that this bike has a 750 watt hub motor and 90 newton meters of torque, because you really have some power with this bike, and you can feel it taking off up hills and over some of this really rough terrain that we've been riding on. We haven't been easy on this bike, and it's been handling it really well. I like the fact that the rear suspension seat post is adjustable, and it's not one of those cheap ones. So if I had to describe this bike in a few words, I'd say quality, technology, power, and options. I think that covers it. All 4 things that this bike has. I mean, I don't really see much more of what they would do to improve this bike. Maybe a larger capacity battery in the future, but they don't leave themselves much room for improvement because I think they really hit it out of the park. Okay, it is cold, single-digit weather. We have another storm moving in, so we're going to wrap this one up. The test ride and review of the all-new Velotric Nomad 2. And if you're interested in purchasing the Velotric Nomad 2 for yourself, there'll be links in the description. Like always, thanks for watching. Ride safe. Have fun. See ya.